This video is the ultimate guide to sorting out your staff on Football Manager. Now this does work for every FM game. Obviously we are in FM24 as is the current cycle, but this is what we've got to do to make our staff the best we can in our team. So we are currently in a save, and of course on the left hand side, if you have default skin, you go into the staff tab, and here you have an overview of all your coaches. You want to top them up. You want to make sure not many spaces are free. The more coaches, if you can afford it, the better, because the less pressure on them, the better they can perform. But the main thing we're on about today is the responsibilities tab and all these things down here. Now, like I said, we have got our own preferences here. Some of you may tweak it a little bit, but this is a good guideline to go off. This is not, you have to do this, because some people might not want to control things, some people might want to control others, but this is for anyone to do. So our first tab is staff, and here you can see general here. Now team selection, unless you're doing a specific kind of save, like a director of football save, you want it to be yourself. You want to be in charge of your own team. The under-20s, under-18s hire themselves. Now in terms of recruiting directors, I will always leave that to myself. If you want a basic save where you just care about managing the team and tactics, by all means, delegate taking control of hiring staff to the technical director, or whoever you want here, director of football possibly as well. To me, I prefer managing my own staff. Getting the best staff in helps you massively. You don't guys realize that, but getting your own staff into how you want to play with their own system and also good stats, definitely to be your own staff recruiter, 100%. Now, data says a lot of you guys that are watching this are not subscribed to the channel, so do me a favor, hit that subscribe button below, leave a like, and comment what tutorial you want to see next. In terms of the academy, to me, it doesn't matter too much. Unless you're really, really involved in it, I can delegate my academy staff. I'm not going to really see them. The best academy players I'll move into the first team anyway, so they'll be under my control. So that's why I tend to not worry too much about the academy. Maybe in a couple of seasons, open this up and take control. But if you are starting off in the game, by all means, don't worry about your under-18s or under-21 staff. They can sort themselves out. And of course, remember to press confirm in the bottom right. The amount of times I've clicked off this and not saved it is a joke. Always press confirm when you are moving tabs. In terms of staff contracts, it's up to you. Maybe people like loan managers, head of youth, probably quite important to keep to yourself, but people like the medical staff and scouting staff, perhaps you want to delegate it to someone else. That's fine. Once again, staff contracts are personal preference, and of course in terms of under 18s and 21s, unless you're a West Ham save and you hire Mark Noble to be the manager of the academy and you want to keep him forever, delegate it. It's up to you, but I would delegate coaching staff because contracts aren't too important outside the main ones, which are head of youth, your actual coaches, and maybe your scouts as well. In terms of advice and reports, this is pretty much how many emails you want to receive. That's pretty much it. I keep it on default because it seems to work quite well. Half of them I don't even read. Half of the emails I get from advice I don't tend to look at. But it's down to you, but I've left them as default there. In terms of scouting, this is what I tend to go for. Now, I handle my own scouting meetings. What I do is let the staff and the scouts sort themselves out where they're going. They come back to me and I go, yes, good job, or no, it's terrible. There will be some times where I will take control of assigning scouts. If I'm really after a homegrown save, or I really need a British player, or I need a French player or something, I will assign those scouts myself. But on a whole, they tend to do a good job because use your own brain for what players you want. I tend to look at the transfer list of players. You don't really need staff scout assignments to go and find them because they're transfer listed. That's what I really go for. Some of you might moan and go, no, you need to assign your own scouts. Listen, some people are casuals. Some people are casuals and don't worry about assigning scouts locations. They just sign the players the scouts recommend. That's fine. Everyone plays FM in a different way. They want to play it. For me, this is what I go for. I handle the meetings. I take the information from the meetings and I go and buy them if I want to. I don't buy them if I don't want to. That's pretty much it. Now, this is a big one. This is a big one, which is, of course, transfers and contracts, which is in regards to players. Depending on what save you're doing, again, like I say, if you're doing a director of football save, these things can be different. But for a regular save with no sort of challenges, this is what you should go for. Negotiating, initiating, and finalising should all be you. You're playing Football Manager. You want to sign the players. You want to find the players. You want to finish the player signings. Don't delegate them, really. No need to delegate. In terms of incoming offers, please keep it to yourself. You don't want your director of football selling your best player for £5 million when he's worth 60. It has happened before. And it won't happen again because this is what you got to do. That is what you have to have. Do not delegate selling players. Finding, develop loans for young players. By all means, delegate this if you had a head of youth or a loan manager or a director of football. by all means delegate this, because you can finalise the outgoings. So you haven't got, all they do is they find them, then you negotiate it afterwards. I would maybe delegate that if you're not too fussed about your young players. In terms of finding and signing young players for the future, I have seen quite a few people delegate the middle one. What it does is, your head of youth will initiate the original bids, and you can then go and negotiate it and finalise it. Some people do that. It does help with scouting. It reduces the amount of time you have to find players because the computer does it for you. But for me, for signing young players, I keep it all to myself. You 100%, like I say, can delegate the initiating stage of it, because then you get the players come to you in your inbox and you can say yes or no. That has happened before. It does work quite well if you have a good head of youth or a good scout person in charge. But for me, FM is about signing players. You probably want to sign them yourself. Same down here as well. Incoming youth offers, please just keep it to yourself. Do not delegate. And like I said before, confirm in the bottom right is your best friend. In terms of contracts, do not delegate. Do not delegate. You don't want your best player to turn your offer down because your director of football gave him $5 grand a week when he wants 100 grand a week. And you don't want them giving 100 grand a week to players that are worth $5 grand a week and bankrupting your team forever. Just keep it. Just keep it as it is. And offer via transfer room, kept it the same. Keep it the same at all. It's perfectly fine as it is. It does the job. In terms of media, this may be controversial, but I'm here to play the game, not talk to the media. Delegate, 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 delegate. I don't care about press conferences. My assistant manager does a good enough job. They may say a couple of bad things, but it doesn't really matter too much. It reduces the amount of time you have on your press conference spam in the left-hand side answer constantly because you don't really care about what the answer is. I delegate that. 100% delegate media. Unless you want to be really involved, by all means take control, but I just find it boring. I've played FM for years. I know what the answers are. I don't care. I don't care enough. Now this is going to be a controversial one. And this is where it really depends on how involved you want to be in the save and also how experienced you are at playing FM. This is training. Now, leading general training, I will tend, controversially, to delegate it. General training, I tend to delegate. Now, I do go into the calendar and I do change things individually if I want to. If I see something wrong, I will go and change it. But the overall setup of training, I will tend to delegate to my assistant manager. Rogue, I know. It does have its benefits, it saves time. It does have its drawbacks. Sometimes they go, hey, well, we'll give fitness tests for a week before a massive game and knacker your players. So why you got to keep an eye out on the training calendar. That's what you have to do if you do delegate this. Make sure you check the calendar constantly. In terms of individual training, I'll always keep it to myself though. I'll always go and find a really good youngster. Let's just find someone random, may not be a youngster. Find a good youngster, and I will make their own training plan to how I want them to become in my team. I don't trust my staff to know what I want from each individual player. So that's why I will never delegate individual training, but I will always delegate general training. It makes the game go a bit quicker for me as well. I prefer a bit of speed. I'm a very casual style player in terms of how much control I want. In terms of youth training and youth training under 18s, delegate. I don't know anyone that takes control of academy training. I don't know why you need to do it. You don't need to do it, guys. Let's be honest here, you don't. Tactics. Team selection advice will always be delegated. You can pick who you want it for. I always go assistant manager. When you bring your own staff and they should be good at tactical awareness, things like that. Providing opposition instructions. Once again, I do generally delegate it and on a game-by-game basis, change a few things here and there. Just in case I forget or I'm not too focused about it, at least you have a guaranteed opposition instructions applied when you delegate it and you can tweak it from there. That tends to be the best thing to do. I don't normally take control and make the whole opposition instructions per game. To delegate it, if I see something's wrong, I will then change it from what the assistant manager has decided. Remember, your coaches are here to help you and the game is here to help you in terms of staff. If you have a good staff, you have a good opposition instructions. If you have good staff, they have good training setups. That's how the game works. So trust your staff. You don't need wasting 18 hours before a match day setting up this stuff if you are a bit more casual. Now, by all means, if you are a bit more of a hardcore player or really want to get in-depth and involved, take control. 100%, nothing wrong with that. I just, when I'm making videos, I just tend to like it go a bit quicker for engagement. That's why I tend to do these sort of things. And it's never harmed me when I'm not played on stream either. When I've played offline, I still use these delegations. Match. Touchline instructions and team talk should always be you. Always. You are football manager. Says it all, doesn't it? Says it all. In terms of friendly matches, your first season, or if you're making a new tactic, I would probably stay in charge of friendly matches. If you're in your 5th season, you don't really care about you playing against a League 2 side in pre-season, delegate it. If you don't care about pre-season friendlies, which sometimes I don't, on a game-by-game basis, I'll take control and delegate. Just get through a couple of friendlies. Treat yourself. Why not? Backroom staff arrange friendly matches. Always have that tick, but don't be afraid to go into your calendar. And when you see a down arrow, arrange a friendly in these areas. Don't be afraid to do that. Just because the backroom staff has control, you can take even control from it. That's what I tend to do. Under 20s, friendly matches for academies and everything else, you can delegate that. You don't care unless you're doing a specialised save. Set pieces. Handle set piece team tactics. Can be you, although you can hire set piece coaches. So by all means, if you want to do that, you can hire that if you hire a coach. Handles first team set piece, take a list, take control. You want your best players on it for when you have those options. In terms of set piece personnel list, take control, exact same thing. You want control of your own set pieces, really. Under 20s and under 18s, you can't do anything about it. You can change who does it, but no one's watching those games, are they? They can be left alone to their own devices. And that is it for what staff responsibilities you need to have. Remember, guys, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, leave a like and comment below what you thought of this tutorial and what tutorial you want to see next. Hope you guys enjoyed. And that note, see you later.